Well, John Chard is the principal of School Appeals. That's an organisation that helps parents and guardians to make successful appeal cases to get their children into the school of their choice. He joins me now from Brighton. Good afternoon to you. John, can you hear me? Before people get their hopes up, it has to be pointed out that actually the success rate for appeals on this basis is pretty low.
It is, yes. Because of the infant class size legislation, the most latest figures suggest only 13.7% of appeals are successful. So yes, it's very, very low.
And what basis can an appeal be made?
There's only two grounds. One is where the authority made a mistake and the mistake denied a place at the school, or that the decision was unreasonable based on the information which was provided by the parents at the time of application. The unreasonableness decision and the definition of unreasonableness is not the dictionary definition, it's the legal definition, which is a lot stricter, which means that the decision has to be totally rational based on the information provided when the application was determined.
And John, such is the pressure on the system that even if you've got one child at a school that you want a second child to go to, that isn't strong enough grounds for an appeal these days.
Not always. I mean, most schools, will give priority to siblings, but if, for example, you have a family who are living outside of the catchment area for a particular school, the authority give priority to children living within the catchment area, and therefore if you've got a sibling and you're living outside, then the chances are you may not get a place.
It is an incredibly anxious time for parents. Why do we have this scramble?
Well, this has been going on for many, many years. The governments of each political persuasion attempt to address the situation, but I suppose the bottom line is that when you're looking at places, there are a sufficient number of places, but they're often in schools which perhaps aren't doing as well as other schools, and perhaps parents choose not to send their children there. And clearly most parents want to send their children to what they perceive to be the best school, and unfortunately there are not enough places in the best schools, although possibly there are enough places overall.
By the time any parent comes to consider an appeal, comes to talk to your organisation, some of them must be pretty stressed and quite angry.
Yeah, absolutely right, yes. I think they all enter the process with every expectation of being able to get a place at the school they want, and sometimes, as you say from the figures, a lot of them don't achieve that, and therefore they want to access the appeal process. But unfortunately, in terms of the appeals, because of the limited grounds on which appeals can be successful, it does mean a lot of them will be disappointed. And if they are disappointed, unfortunately, there's not a great deal they can do, because the decision of the appeal panel is final. There's no appeal against that decision. If they feel that the appeal hasn't been conducted properly, they can make a complaint to the Ombudsman or the Education and Funding Agency, but that's to do more with process and procedure rather than a disagreement of the decision itself.
John, I'm most grateful for your time. That's John Chard. Thank you very much.